Guys, is Mullen Automotive a deadbeat stock? I've never really said whether I was bullish or not on Mullen Automotive, but I have covered it extensively on this channel. So if you haven't seen some of my previous videos, check them out. But unfortunately, Mullen has had a large track record of broken promises. Mullen's stock price is nearing its all-time low, especially as fears that the dilution is still going to happen. Let me talk about some of Mullen's broken promises. Let's just start from the very beginning. Mullen is aiming to compete with the likes of Tesla and Rivian and even Ford, but unlike these companies, it's lagging behind. They haven't even started deliveries yet. And on top of that, with the recent results that they released, there are fears that dilution risks and bankruptcy risks are very, very prevalent. In fact, Mullen did not even have any revenue in the fourth quarter. And on top of that, the operating expenses rose to around $64.9 million. And the research and development costs also increased to $8.6 million. And the total loss from operations was around $73 million. And EBITDA was negative $68.89 million. You can see that Mullen's stock price was down 29.91% year to date, and that's quite surprising given we did see quite a few stock price rallies as some of the macroeconomic sentiment did improve. But we have seen some pullbacks since then, because you can see in the 3-month chart, Mullen was up 12.15%. There was a lot of speculation going on about it, and I'll explain why it went up. But after that, we've been down 64.95%. So any gains that were made at the beginning of the year have been, well, more than cancelled out. They are negative. Another point that didn't help Mullen was the fact that they had signed a binding agreement with Delpak Logistics. And here Delpak Logistics was going to place an order for around 600 Mullen Class 2 EV cargo vans. And this was supposed to start in November and run for 18 months. But Mullen has not actually delivered any of these vehicles. Now, last September, Mullen acquired Bollinger's B4 chassis cab. Now, we do know that Mullen stock is down 30% year to date, but they do have a 60% controlling interest in that company. So if Bollinger's B4 chassis cab does do well, as they are going to be showcasing this at a work truck week in 2023, this could impact Mullen's share price because they will benefit from Bollinger B4's chassis cabs line to making profits. Of course, this is only just a work truck week where they are going there to represent and showcase their subsidiary Bollinger Motors B4 chassis cab. If this goes well and they make profits later down the line, this could impact Mullen's share price. Now, here's the thing. The biggest risk for Mullen is the dilution risk. I've covered Lucid Motors on this channel, but you guys know that Lucid Motors is a luxury EV vehicle and it is a very technical and expensive process. So, it's not like other companies of similar size are not doing what Mullen's doing. But the thing is, Mullen has further dilution coming in the next few months, most likely. So because of this, Mullen will need to raise more capital since its cash burn is quite a lot still. They need to fund this cash burn. They're using cash very quickly. They are investing so much in R&D. And I mentioned it was around 8.6 million. And on top of that, Mullen has a lot of debt, sitting at around $93.8 million. That is actually maturing this September. So they have to pay it back. Otherwise, either they default or they can get some refinancing and get cheaper rates. But that might mean that their credit score goes down. Now, the only hope is this, but I think it's going to continue falling. And this is exactly what this author called Crispus, but I can't pronounce the last name, has said. And I agree with this person's view. It's written, as I wrote in my previous Mullen stock price forecast, the shares will likely continue falling in the near term. I agree with this. I do think there are too many negative catalysts and this risk of dilution is getting worse and worse. It's like a domino effect and people are selling their shares. So they will need to have a dilution potentially to just raise capital. Otherwise, they will go bankrupt. And Crispus wrote that I warned that a short squeeze was a possibility ahead of the upcoming reverse split. So that could be a temporary upswing, but it can be quite tricky to time. And I think the stock markets these days are very efficient. So I'm personally not too bullish on Mullen Automotive. And if anything changes, I will let you guys know. I'm just simply going by what the news is and my interpretation of it. It's not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, so make sure you do your own research. All investing involves risk, so don't listen to whatever you see online because your money and your capital can be at risk. I'm just sharing with you my thoughts and my opinions. You should do your own research. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to keep it as real as possible. So I don't want to give you guys a misconstrued coverage of a stock. I want you guys to have as much information as you possibly can, and also look out for more information that I may have missed. So yeah, if you have any more information, do leave it in the comments below. It's good to share it with others. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button and that bell notification so that you get informed on when I release a video, as a lot of the information is time sensitive. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!